ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive.
We're ready to go for this Monday, February 3rd. Your drive begins now on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. Our text line this hour is going to be 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We're going to hear comments today from Marshall head coach Cornelius Jackson. We're getting set for Marshall and Arkansas State. That's coming up on Wednesday night. And when I mean Wednesday night, I'm talking 9 o'clock at the Henderson Center. You going to be able to stay up for that? Are you ready to go on that one? I'm also going to give you a chance to go to that game. If you didn't get tickets just yet and you want to go, I've got a 4-pack. It has your name on it. All you have to do is be a part of our text line this hour. And again, I'll give you that number one more time. Brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. I'm not going to name names, but I actually got a card in the mail today from a listener. Won tickets a few days ago for the game the other day, and she sent me a thank you card. Her and her friends enjoyed that game, so I appreciate the thank you card. I appreciate the chance to give you an opportunity to go see the Herd play, so we're going to do that again today and tomorrow as well, so you'll have another chance to win it. It's going to be a big one. It's on ESPN. It's going to be, I want to say, a statement game if Marshall wins that one. Am I overhyping this? I think it's going to be a statement. If Marshall wins that game, it's Marshall making a statement that the Herd has put it together, or at least the Herd has got it put together. Maybe that's the statement. Marshall's got it put together. ESPNU, to be exact, and Arkansas State, right now, the darling of the league, as Coach called them the big dogs. We'll hear more what he had to say about them later. But the big dogs are coming to Huntington. 18-5, 9-2. Marshall, let's be honest. If Marshall could have beaten Georgia State at home, I want to point that out. Marshall beating Georgia State at home. Right now, Marshall would be 8-3. 8-3, opportunity to put itself in a position to be among the top teams with a win, of course, against Arkansas State. Now, if Marshall doesn't beat Arkansas State, Marshall is sort of in that. A lot of teams are jammed up together. The standings are going to be fluid for the next couple of weeks, but Marshall's jammed in there. It's a cluster right now of all the teams that are fighting for one of those top spots, and really what makes it more important than anything, and we won't beat this to death today, but the tournament, that's the big deal. The tournament, more so in the Sun Belt, because every team gets to go. Every team has an opportunity to play. And the better you are in the regular season, the shorter your time at the tournament is. Play 2 games. Win 2 games, you go to the NCAA tournament. Or you could win 3 games and go to the NCAA tournament. Or you could get super lucky and start out as one of the bottom teams, win 7 games and get to go to the NCAA tournament. So this one's a big one. Obviously, the Thundering Herd getting the win over Coastal Carolina Saturday night. We were there. Hope you were as well. And, of course, if you didn't get a chance to react to the game on Saturday, we'll open the text line up for you to give you an opportunity to do that. And, again, that text line this hour brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. So I'm set, you're set. Of course, we got a big week. We got the game on Wednesday. We've got the Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. We're going to have that right here. We go on the air at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock is when we go on the air. And we're going to have that on all our Kindred Communication stations, but we start ahead of everyone else, 2 o'clock. So we'll be there from start to finish, and if you can't watch it, you'll be able to listen to it wherever you go. If you got to travel on Sunday, if you got to be in the car, you got to go to and from Super Bowl parties, you got to go pick your food up, whatever you're doing on Super Bowl Sunday. Are you going out to watch it? Are you going to go grab some wings, go eat at home, watch the game? I mean, that's me. I don't go out to watch games. I'm not big on, hey, let's go to, and of course, I know I say that, and we invite you to all the time to join us at places, but me personally, I'll go pick it up. Hey, got wings for me? I'll go pick that up. Pizza? Yeah, I'm going to go grab the pizza. I'll go and get something and get a few things. But in my heyday, when I was younger and willing to just cater everyone, I would go get everything. Absolutely. It cost a pretty penny. But I would host that big Super Bowl party because I had the big screen TV. Obviously, everybody's got a big screen TV now. And not special anymore, Paul. You don't have the big screen. Everybody's got a big screen. So it's more fun. I really think it's just more fun to cater, have a few people over. You could watch it at your house. The TV is going to be just as good, maybe even better. Who knows? And, of course, you can have as much beverage as you want, as much food as you want. So that's kind of my game plan for the Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know what your game plan is, but we'll find out with our text line this hour. And again, one more time, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That is our number to be a part of today's show, brought to you by Clark's Pump and Chop. And don't forget, everyone that's participating today on the show gets an opportunity to be entered in our drawing. We're going to give you 4 tickets to the game coming up on Wednesday. 9 o'clock is going to be our tip. We go on the air 8 o'clock. It's also signing day on Wednesday as well. So very busy day. So question of the day for you is, with the 9 o'clock tip-off time at the Cam Henderson Center on a Wednesday night, will you be there? And if you're going, are you going to stay long? You going to go for the full duration of it, or are you going to skip this one because it is a 9 o'clock tip? If it was earlier, you'd go. 9 o'clock tip, maybe a little too late for you. Obviously, if you've got kids and you don't want to keep them out late, depending on the age of your children, is this a skip game for you? You just watch it on TV, or are you going to go? And, of course, if you're wanting to go, you know how to get tickets with me. If you're not going, what is it about this one? Is it because it's a late night game that you're going to watch a little bit of it, but you're not going to stay up and watch it? You got work in the morning, or you travel a little bit and you be home a little later, so you're not necessarily just a few blocks from the Henderson Center. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. When we continue, we've got Coach Jackson, some of his comments from earlier today. Had a chance to catch up with him at the Cam Henderson Center. So we're going to hear what Coach had to say, and we're going to hear from you on today's edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and Thoroughbred Express is celebrating with the Love Your Ride giveaway. Your chance to win a $50 Thoroughbred Express gift card and a $100 restaurant gift card for your dream date night. Follow Thoroughbred Express on Facebook, like the contest post, and tag your dream Valentine or Galentine to win. The winner will be announced February 10th. Good luck and happy Valentine's Day from Thoroughbred Express Wash.
Hey, Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. If you're a sports fan, we have what you want. From the biggest game in professional football, NBA, NCAA basketball, and the NHL. First responders, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials we have for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza, next to Fratelli's. Check us out on Facebook for weekly updates and specials. Frank's Place, your home away from home.
Stuck in a state of falling behind, struggling to keep up with kids, finances, insurance, and life? Well, let your State Farm agent help you simplify and get to a better state. With State Farm handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40% to help you get ahead. Call an agent today and get to a better state with State Farm. In Huntington, Jeff Smith, 304-781-1234. And in Wayne, Vicky Tabor, 304-272-5149.
Hello, America. This is LeVar Arrington. As a gun owner, I understand the importance of being prepared. But it's crucial to recognize that according to law enforcement statistics, 99% of all altercations do not require lethal force. Introducing Byrna, the leader in less lethal self-defense. And you know I'm all about defense. Byrna provides formidable stopping power without the complexities and potential legal consequences of a homicide. It's about having the right tools for the right situation, ensuring you can protect yourself and your family effectively and responsibly. I personally own several burner launchers. Burner launchers are legal in all 50 states with no background checks, no permits, and no waiting period. You can have one shipped straight to your door, providing peace of mind when you need it most. Every burner launcher is hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana by a proud American company. Visit Byrna.com/LeVar and get 10% discount off your purchase. That's Byrna, BYRNA.com/LeVar. Byrna, where safety meets responsibility and preparation meets peace of mind.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138, visit Prevnar20.com, or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea, and happy 50th.
You're listening to The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Welcome back to our Monday edition of The Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Our text line this hour brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop. It's 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We're also giving you a chance to win today. We got a 4-pack of tickets to go see the Herd take on Arkansas State. That's coming up on Wednesday. If you can't make it, we got you covered on the radio. But if you'd like to go, you know how to do it. Text to win, 304-396-TALK. First up from the text line, texter says, Paul, my family and I normally wouldn't go because we have church at 7 o'clock on Wednesday. But since it is a 9 o'clock tip, I'm considering going when we get out of church around 8:15. Go Herd. That's a good point. We've talked about that for years, that sometimes it killed Marshall's attendance on a Wednesday night. And we're going back to the Mid-American Conference days. But it killed Marshall's attendance, I thought, on Wednesday nights because a lot of people go to services on Wednesday. And then there would be people that would show up after services. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a will, there's a way, and you could have done both back in the day, and a lot of people did. You go to services, and then when that gets out, you show up, and you usually make it for the second half. And, of course, that's good. That's fine. Absolutely. Henderson Center becomes a little bit more rocking in the second half. But for a lot of people, usually a Wednesday night game means we can't go. We've got services. We've got opportunity to go now because it's going to be a 9 o'clock tip. And being it's a 9 o'clock tip, you get out of church around 8:15, got plenty of time. You head over to the Henderson Center. You could eat at the Henderson Center. You're looking for something, a quick bite to eat. Maybe you can get one of the family packs they've got, hit the concession stand, or you can get something later. I mean, depending on how late you want to eat. But still, you've got options. You can make it work. And since it is a night where a lot of people in the tri-state, a lot of people in Huntington, a lot of people in the area go to services, I mean, this might be a huge crowd. I was not a big fan of the Wednesday night game, though. Usually not. But I think I've kind of warmed up to it. It's Wednesday. You've got middle of the week. It's going to be Marshall on ESPNU. Opportunity to beat a team that's being featured and showcased by ESPN as the Sun Belt contract requires the league to pick up a few games for linear broadcast, and Arkansas State seems to be the darling of the league right now, or at least the darling for the network execs. So this is going to be a big one for Marshall, 9 o'clock, Arkansas State, Thundering Herd. Marshall has an opportunity to kind of make some noise here. And that's where we start with Coach today. Had a chance earlier in the afternoon to head over to the Cam Henderson Center, spend a few minutes with the head coach of the Thundering Herd, Cornelius Jackson. Always good to see Coach. Coach is usually coming from film study. So he comes in today. Of course, Coach is always glad to see us, but he's business. Get the presser over, then I can go back and do film. I'm sure that's what's in the back of his head. Let me get this over with. I got film to go watch. So Paul, Tyler, Keith, ask your questions, and then we're out of here. But this is, according to the coach, going to be a huge opportunity. He described Arkansas State as a really good team.
Obviously, they're a really good team. They have it all. Just got done watching them. Been watching them for 2.5 days now, and they have it all. They can score. They have shot blocking. They have really good guards. They have two. They're Julian and Todd. Take your pick, player of the year. So they're good. So we look forward to it, though. It's an unbelievable opportunity for us. The big dogs, that's what we call them, right? The big dogs coming into your house, national TV game. So it's a huge opportunity for us.
I'm not calling them the big dogs. Coach will. I'm not calling them the big dogs. But he is right. They've got some key players on that team. And, of course, one player of interest is Taron Todd. He's averaging over 15 points a game. He's averaging almost 5 rebounds a game, over 3 assists. He's shooting almost 40% from the field. I mean, he's a big-time player, and he's someone that actually, if you've heard Coach talk about this recently, if you missed it, Coach talked about how Todd actually took a visit at Marshall University. So what does Coach see from Todd?
He's arguably one of the best players in the conference. He's a guy that can, he can run off 15 points in a minute by himself. He's that type of talent. He's fast. He's athletic. He's a relentless scorer. He's their leading scorer, and he looks to score. So, again, arguably the best player in the conference.
That's high praise coming from Coach Jackson. Now, why is Arkansas State successful this season? Let's talk about them for a minute, shall we? Why this team? What is it about Arkansas State that has captured a lot of people's attention? You look at what they've been able to accomplish. You look at how they're getting points, and Coach kind of compared them to a similar team not so long ago, but that team wore green and white.
They remind me a lot of when we had John, CJ, Ideem, that team, because they can score, right? It can be a game, and then you look up and they run off 20 straight. They hit threes. They'll get to the free throw line. They'll throw a couple lob dunks. So their firepower is unbelievable.
That was a word that Coach used several times when we talked to him. Firepower. That's why he's calling them the big dogs. One thing I think we can all talk about and be happy about is that the bench production has been a lot better as of late. Not every game have you had to go to the bench, and it's going to be a little harder to get out there on the floor. You've got, of course, Nate, Obina. You've got several players that are going to get their minutes. But we've seen some of the other guys get into the lineup a little bit more. I don't think Coach is static. I've got to change things up. I'm going to change things up. It's probably what he's saying in the back of his head. Look, if I got to start a guy, if I got to run someone else in there, I'm going to do that. And he mentioned that the bench has got to be productive. When he was asked about how it's been nice to have that productivity from the bench as of late, he talked about that this bench has got to be productive for this game on Wednesday.
Yeah, we need everyone to be big. We have to play really, really well to beat this team. Again, they have firepower, and teams that have that, they're dangerous. So these guys are dangerous. So we need everybody on deck. I know all our guys will be ready, 1 through 15, 1 through 16. They'll all be ready for the challenge.
Coach Jackson earlier today at the Cam Anderson Center, his weekly address to the media. So this is a big stage, right? I think we can say that. It's a big stage. You've got a team that right now, odds-on favorite, preseason favorite. This is the team. This is the team everyone's got to beat. And early on, this team looked good, even though in a few games suffered some losses, losing to number 2 Alabama, losing a close one to Hofstra, losing it was close to Rice. I think that's fair. And those games were in the Bahamas, the Hofstra and the Rice game in the Bahamas. That was in the Nassau Championship. And, of course, Alabama's being Alabama. And then, other than that, you've gone on a roll. You lost to James Madison, a close one there. You lost to South Alabama, a close one there. But other than that, Arkansas State has really put it together. And so now The nation can watch this game. It's going to be on ESPNU. This is a big game. The game on February 15th, it's been selected for either ESPN2 or ESPNU against Troy. So ESPN's planning to carry the next matchup, and that's an attractive matchup, Troy and Arkansas State. But this is an attractive matchup as well. It might have been even more attractive if Marshall could have beaten Georgia State. And I don't want to belabor the point, but imagine Marshall could make up for losing to Georgia State with a win against Arkansas State. It doesn't totally erase it, but it definitely makes up for it, and you gain some ground. So this is a big stage. And Coach was asked about, hey, you're on this big stage. A lot of people maybe haven't seen your team. What do you want people to see? What do you want people to notice about your team? That was sort of the question that was asked. And being on the big stage, all Coach wants to do, he wants to play herd basketball. He said he wants to play our game.
Well, we just want to play our game. It's another game. Obviously, it's national TV, so it's a heck of an opportunity. But we want to play our game. We want to play hard. We want to be physical, share the ball, get out in transition. So we're not gonna pull out any magic tricks just because it's on ESPNU, right? We're still gonna play our game.
So going to play herd basketball. Going to play their game. No magic tricks. So I looked at Coach, like, come on, you got something, right? And he just looked at me for a second. Like, come on, you got something. You know you're doing something, and you're not going to tell me, obviously, you got something. That's what I was asking him, and he looked at me, and he was smiling. So thankfully he was smiling. He wasn't annoyed with me. But he didn't want to overhype this. He just wants to go out and play the game.
We're gonna play our game. I don't want to. They're a really good basketball team. I don't want to, sell it too high, and I don't want to put that type of pressure on our guys. We're gonna play our game. We're gonna need our A game. So hopefully we'll bring that on Wednesday.
Marshall's going to need its A game. We'll have it for you coming up Wednesday right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. And if you'd like to go, we've got our 4-pack coming up. We're going to give you an opportunity to win that by texting us on our Clark's Pump and Shop text line, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. 9 o'clock start for this one on ESPNU. Are you going to stay home and just watch it there? Are you going to go? Is it going to be a little late for you? Or are you going to stay away because, well, it's going to be a little late for you? Where are you at on this 9 o'clock Wednesday night tip time? Let me know in our text line, 304-396-TALK. More coming up. This is The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Stalwart Insurance is the name for insurance in the tri-state. They are committed to delivering tailored benefit solutions with thoughtful, strategic planning with valuable professional services. Stop by or call Stalwart Insurance for your homeowner's insurance needs. Stalwart Insurance is located right beside Kenny Queen Hardware on Route 10 in Barbersville. Call Stalwart Insurance anytime at 304-552-3883. That's 304-552-3883. Or visit them online at stalwartinsurance.com.
Buddy's All-American Barbecue is now in Milton. Enjoy all your favorite Buddy's classics like pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more on East Main Street in Milton. Buddy's All-American Barbecue, the home of great barbecue, ice-cold beer, and killer wings in Huntington and now in Milton.
Hey, dude, artificial intelligence is awesome. I have an idea. Why don't we use artificial intelligence to find the best male enhancement product out there? AI knows everything.
Great idea. Asking it now.
The best male performance product for the bedroom is Knox 47 hands down. Knox 47 is rated at the top. Developed with highest quality ingredients, it's like the little blue pill on steroids. No prescription needed.
Knox 47? That's great. Do you know if this male enhancement product works right away?
Yes, Knox 47 is instant male performance. Knox 47 works in 47 seconds or less. Satisfaction guaranteed. Right now, Knox 47 is giving away free bottles.
Find out how to get Knox 47 for free. Call now, 800-617-1621. That's 800-617-1621. Free bottles for limited time. Call now, 800-617-1621. 800-617-1621.
Metro Community Federal Credit Union has been serving the Huntington community for 70 years and is proud to announce our newest location in Lavalette is now open. Wayne County residents, you now have access to a modern banking facility, a full range of services, advanced technology, expert financial advice, and even a smart coffee kiosk cafe. Learn more about Metro Community Federal Credit Union online at metrocommunityfcu.com or visit us today on 5th Street Road.
Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
This February, make date night unforgettable at Dave & Buster's The Huntington Mall with a Thursday date night duo deal. Every Thursday and Valentine's Day night, enjoy the date night duo deal. That's 2 eat and play combos, 1 dessert to share, and a date night challenge card. All for just $40. A deal so good it's worth falling for. Celebrate love, laughter, and a little friendly competition every Thursday in February and Valentine's Day night. Only at Dave & Buster's in the Huntington Mall.
The Human Bean is excited to announce a whole new way of enjoying your favorite espresso drinks. Shaken. The Mexi Oat and Caramel Hazelnut are the featured iced shaken espresso drinks. These non-dairy alternatives to your favorite drinks are infused with a smooth, airy texture, perfectly complemented by our creamy oat milk. Start 2025 with the new iced shaken espresso drinks at the Human Bean, locally owned and operated, located at the Pea Ridge Plaza in Huntington, Ashland, next to Ashland Community and Technical College.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news. A CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
This is The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Follow at Paul Swann on X for Marshall sports updates and more.
Welcome back to our Monday edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Our text line this hour brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop is 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We're giving you a chance to win a 4-pack of tickets today to go see the Herd take on Arkansas State again. A 9 o'clock Wednesday night tip. We'll have the game for you if you can't make it. We go on the air at 8 o'clock. You can listen to it here or on 93.7 The Dog. But if you'd like to go, you don't have tickets, all you have to do to enter is just be a part of our text line this hour. And again, brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop. It's 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We're also making it easy for you. Question of the day. Are you going Wednesday night? Do you want to go Wednesday night at 9 o'clock to watch the Herd play basketball? Or is that a little too late for you? If you're going, let me know. If you're planning on going, let me know. If you are kind of on the fence or maybe not going, let me know. I'm kind of curious if the Wednesday night 9 o'clock tip time is really going to impact a lot of people showing up. Of course, the Thundering Herd coming off a win against Coastal Carolina. Very, very hard-fought challenge for the Thundering Herd. And the last 2 games have been challenging for Marshall. It's as if Marshall just recently played those teams. And so the scout was fresh, kind of make some adjustments. Coastal Carolina figured out what to do against the Herd. Of course, I don't know what the officials were looking at, and I don't want to get too deep into the game. But there are some calls even I was sitting there questioning. Usually I don't question official calls. But there were some calls in that game. There was even a sequence at one point. It was just universally a bad game, no flow to it in certain spots. I had never seen a team take 5 fouls in one possession. Absolutely blew my mind. I'm like, okay, here we go. 1 foul. Okay, we got another? then a third, the fourth, and the fifth. And so that one was just hard to watch in some spots. But the Thundering Herd getting that victory 67-62. Played a little bit better. I think both teams played better in the second. Marshall outscored Coastal by 1 in the first, 30-29, and then the Herd got the better of Coastal in the second, 37-33. Dezane Mingo had a game high 18 points, 7-15 shooting, had 6 assists. That was a game high. Only 1 turnover. Michael Dawson looked good as well, 15 points, 6 baskets, shot it 11 times. And then Obina Anachili Killen's been coming on, 14 points, 50% shooting, 5 for 10. Also added 6 rebounds, had 3 blocks. Hard-fought game. It was fun. And Marshall, of course, came out in the second half with a little bit more intensity, had a 12-4 run. I would like to see a few more of those. Nate Martin, I want to see him get a little bit more involved in the offense. He had 6 points in that game. Double-double. That's what I want to see from Nate Martin, a double-double every single game. If he's averaging a double-double, then I feel good about where the team's at. But Mingo looked good. Dawson looked good. Obina looked good. Some good overall performances from the team, from the bench. And, of course, now we'll see what this looks like against probably the best team in the Sun Belt right now, Arkansas State. So we're going to give you that chance to win those tickets. One more time, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That's our number to be a part of today's show. The text line brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop. You know, one thing we need to talk about, my guy, John Mercer. Yeah, over the years, I've formed a pretty good friendship with John Mercer. He's always been a gentleman to come on the program when we need him and talk about the tennis team. Tennis is rolling right now. Absolutely. Herd's 5-0, 4-3 win over Wake Forest. Wake Forest drops to 5-2. Wake Forest was on a 5-match win streak. And so the Herd so far, perfect. Some good tennis being played. That's one of those programs that historically is going to be one of your top programs. Right now, it's soccer that's going to contend every year for the NCAA tournament. Soccer is always going to contend. Football, bowl game, okay, we'll throw that in the conversation. But I look at just continued long-term success. Tennis is there. Softball can be there, could be there. A few other sports that could be there. Track and field really coming on right now. I'm impressed with what that program's been able to do and build itself, not just on the women's side, but the men's side as well. So there are things going on with certain programs. And tennis has just been one of those programs with a rare exception is always going to be in the conversation to win the league title. Always going to be in the conversation. And so here we are. The Herd 5-0, looking pretty good. So we got to give John Mercer his flowers for the week. On the other hand, we got to talk about Marshall women's basketball. The Thundering Herd got a win. We were watching it at the Henderson Center on Saturday. Scoreboard had the game on, so we were watching a little bit of it. And so the basketball team getting a win on the road, that was important. And so now Marshall's got an opportunity to kind of start following that up, taking on Louisiana. Louisiana's 9-11, 5-6 in Sun Belt play. Marshall has an opportunity here. Marshall leads the all-time series 2-0. Okay. Last year was last year, but Marshall won that one 74-42. That was in Huntington last year. This is going to be a tough one, even though you look at that record, 9-11, 5-6, top scoring defense in the league. The program gives up almost 62 points a game. That's it. But could we see the women's team start to finally put it together? And this is something we've talked about over the last few days. How would you evaluate where women's basketball is right now? Compare it to where it was last year, and it's not where it was. Far from it. The good thing here is Marshall did pick up the win in Statesboro against Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern also Marshall's first conference win. And since that Georgia Southern game, Marshall lost a tight one to Southern Miss, low-scoring game. Lost a tight but not close, but close. It was a 76-64 victory for Coastal Carolina. So Marshall lost 2 games in between. Women on the season right now, 2-9 in conference, 7-15 overall. Marshall's 1-8 away from the Henderson Center. So you got the win on the road. Maybe that means you can start picking a few more up. And the schedule is getting tight because now we're getting a few weeks away from going to tournament. Marshall's got some opportunities here at the same time. If you can't get out of that bottom four, you're going to be looking at possibly, if you get hot in the tournament, and it is possible, 7 games to get to the NCAA tournament. A far cry from what it was last year for the Thundering Herd. So where would you compare this women's team right now? Things starting to look better? What do you think? 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That's our text line to be a part of today's show, brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop, giving you an opportunity to win tickets to go see the Herd take on Arkansas State. I got a 4-pack for you. All you have to do to win them is be a part of our text line this hour, brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop. One more time, 304-396-TALK. We'll wrap this one up when we continue on today's edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 at AM 930.
Now is the time to add on a new bathroom or remodel your old one with the latest up-to-date bathroom fixtures from Mutual Wholesalers, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Come in today to Mutual Wholesalers' beautiful showroom and see how your new bathroom will look. Check out Acre by Max. Have a new bathroom this year. Mutual Wholesalers, locally owned and operated, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Call 304-525-9118. At Poca Valley Bank, a handshake can still mean the start of a great relationship. We've been greeting customers with a handshake since 1908. Why settle for less? If you're purchasing your first home or planning for your future, Poca Valley Bank is here to support you with personalized service and local expertise. They are your trusted advisors. Why settle for less when you can experience banking with a team that truly cares? Poca Valley Bank, where relationships matter. Visit PocaValleyBank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. If you're a sports fan, we have what you want. From the biggest game in professional football, NBA, NCAA basketball, and the NHL. First responders, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials we have for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza, next to Fratelli's. Check us out on Facebook for weekly updates and specials. Frank's Place, your home away from home.
Score big savings during Menards Super Sale. Get ready for game day with a 2-pound tub of braided pretzel twists. On sale for just $5.49. Assorted flavors of Sprecher craft soda in 16-ounce bottles are only $3.99 a 4-pack. Plus, save big on party tableware, chairs, grills, coolers, small appliances, and much more for game day get-togethers. Check the weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals going on now.
Save big money at Menards.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Stalwart Insurance is the name for insurance in the Tri-State. They are committed to delivering tailored benefit solutions with thoughtful, strategic planning with valuable professional services. Stop by or call Stalwart Insurance for your homeowner's insurance needs. Stalwart Insurance is located right beside Kenny Queen Hardware on Route 10 in Barbersville. Call Stalwart Insurance anytime at 304-552-3883. That's 304-552-3883. Or visit them online at stalwartinsurance.com.
Hey, is that a faucet running? Nope, that's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. It is? Yeah, forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink. The water comes straight from the forest to us. In fact...
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
How do trees clean the air?
They soak up the dirty air on their leaves, branches, and trunks, which means clean air for us.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yep, but the forest does more than give us clean air and water. It gives us shade for hot days, birds to listen to, and trees to climb.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know how cool the forest could be. Hey, let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
This is The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Miss an episode? Catch it anytime on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Thanks for being a part of today's edition of The Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. A few more minutes and our text line shuts down for the night, 304-396-TALK. Brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop, but of course you can find me anytime on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Paul Swann. And I've got some other social media networks I'm on as well. Too many to list here, but you can find me there on X. I've got a link to all my current social media accounts. You can follow me on any of them. I do appreciate it. And don't forget, you can also grab our podcast. It's totally free. All you have to do is find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or just wherever you get your podcast. Completely free. Just hit that like, subscribe, whatever that button is for you, and you'll have the show downloaded when it's available. Every day we are on the air. And, of course, if you can't make it here, you can always find the show on the podcast, or just head over to WRVC.com. That's a great place for you to have as well. So we're giving you a chance to win tickets today. 4-pack to go see the Herd take on Arkansas State. Big Wednesday night game. Going to be on ESPNU. Now, if you can't watch the game and you're not going, we got you covered right here or on 93.7 The Dog. But if you'd like to win, our text line is open, brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop. And the question we're asking you is, with the 9 o'clock start, is that going to make it harder for you to go to the game on Wednesday? Or does that matter? You'll be there 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whenever the Herd plays, you'll be there. So that's our question of the day to help you get going on the text line. And again, we're going to enter everyone who has texted in at the end of the show, and we'll do a random drawing, give you an opportunity to win those tickets to go see the Herd take on Arkansas State. And again, that's coming up Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. If you don't have tickets, well, now's your chance, because we'll have, again, another opportunity tomorrow, and then we won't have a game at home for a few weeks. So this is getting close to the very end for you to go see the Herd. So while we're getting more of your text in, you can also text in about anything else. You don't have to text in necessarily about the game. There were a lot of things going on. Of course, we're also getting ready for the Chiefs and Eagles coming up on Sunday. We'll have that broadcast right here. You know, a lot of basketball yesterday. WVU beat Cincinnati. It was Illinois beating Ohio State. Kentucky got beat over the weekend. So a lot of interesting things happening over the weekend. But I think the big one, of course, is coming up. It's the Super Bowl. Chiefs, Eagles. We'll have that broadcast for you. It's going to be on all of our Kindred Communication stations as well. So no matter where you're at in the tri-state, you can find the game. If you can't be home to watch it, or if you're in between, you got to go pick up the wings, you got to go pick up the pizza, whatever you're going to have for your Super Bowl party, or you got that special recipe. And if you do have something special, let me know. Now, I won't crash your party, but if you got something pretty good, let me know. Maybe share that recipe so I can take a part of that as well. I'm excited. I'm starting to actually get excited for the Super Bowl. I wasn't there yet, but I'm starting finally to get there for that. Maybe because it's now a week out, less than a week out for the Super Bowl. And, of course, the Chiefs have an opportunity here to three-peat. Pat Riley can make some money. He gives it usually to charity. You didn't know that, did you? Pat Riley has the trademark on three-peat. I was reading that. And if you do a three-peat, Riley basically gets some coin for that, but he gives it to charity. I mean, Pat Riley, like he needs the money, right? So he's given that to charity, which I think is a great, for charity's sake, I would root for the Chiefs. Now, for Eagles' sake, okay, I like a couple of guys that are Eagle fans or my friends. So I would root for the Eagles for a couple of people, for their sake, for the Chiefs' sake, of course, Marshall connection there. Obviously, that's where I'm going with that. All right, back to the text line. Hey, Paul, what's up with your Bengals and Chase's contract? You know the Bengals. Appreciate the text. You know the Bengals. You know how the Bengals will wait till the very last minute. Instead of locking that deal up now, we'll wait till the very last minute. All you have to do if you're the Bengals, lock up Chase, lock up T. Higgins, get some guys that can protect Joe Burrow, play smarter defense. And if you can't stop teams on defense side, go out and outscore them. Well, wait a minute. We tried that this season. We absolutely tried that. That didn't work. I think if the Bengals get a strong foundation, a solid defense, and you keep your weapons, this team can make a run. When Joe Burrow is healthy, he is obscene as a quarterback. There is no way Joe Burrow putting up the numbers he put up that this team should have been outside of the playoffs looking in. But, of course, then again, we can all point back to week 1. You lose to the New England Patriots, you don't deserve to go to the Super Bowl or the playoffs. Absolutely do not deserve to go. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Texter wants to know about the signing announcement presser. 5 o'clock on Wednesday, and I'm trying to figure out right now, I'm working with a couple of people. I'm not making promises, but I would like to be able, if we can make it happen logistically, carry that live because it's the same time as the show. So more than likely, if I can get the okay on that with a couple of things, we're going to carry it. So I'll stay back here at the station, make sure we get that on. So I'd like to carry the signing day presser. No promises, though. Please don't hold me to that. It's coming up 5 o'clock. And there's supposed to be an event that goes along with it as well. It's a big green event, so I don't have all the details on that. I don't think it's necessarily open to the general public. However, if we can broadcast it live, we will have it for you. And, of course, we're going to be getting set for basketball as well. See, that's the other thing. We got basketball we're getting set for on Wednesday night, so we're going to be a little bit all over the place right now. I was hoping that presser would be a little earlier in the day so we could get the presser going, then get ready for basketball a little bit more and not have to be all over the place. But then again, it works out well for the newspaper. That's the one guy. I was talking to Tyler earlier today, Tyler Kennett. He's the new beat writer for the Herald-Dispatch. He's like, oh, yeah, this is great for me. I come cover that, and then I can, I don't have to wait that long. I got basketball because he's traveling a lot right now until he gets settled here permanently in Huntington, and he's done a great job so far for HD Media. Coming up tomorrow on the program, we'll hear more from the head coach, Cornelius Jackson, and, of course, we'll give you another opportunity to win tickets to go see the Herd take on Arkansas State. Thanks for everyone who texted in today. Be back with you tomorrow here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Don't forget, you can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Paul Swann. I'm on a whole bunch of other social media networks as well. The link is there in my bio, my description on X. And if you want, you can also subscribe to the podcast, absolutely free, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Just hit that like, subscribe, follow, whatever your button is, and you'll have the show delivered to you daily. You don't have to do anything else. Just wait and listen. Listen on your time. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of today's show here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Broadcasting from the Dave & Buster's studios. Eat, drink, play, and watch at Dave & Buster's in the Huntington Mall. ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. WRBC, W231BS Huntington.